so I felt like recording something. The last time I was recording was, I don't know, a month ago maybe, or more. You already know my place. Over there you can see my solar panel. This is how I charge my things. It has been 5 months, more than 5 months. Soon it will be 6 months. I'm doing my retreat here alone in the jungle. Especially since the lockdown, the quarantine here in Peru, at least in the place in the jungle where I am, is extended again. So I stay here. I continue practicing the same as intensely as I can. Practicing every day, trying to make at least 10 hours every day of sadhana practices, meditation, yogic things. And I'm practicing as intensely as I can. And sometimes too intensely, unfortunately. Such as now I'm kind of recovering one of the most intense practices I'm doing is this breathing practices, pranayama, which I was doing every day for 3 hours, doing different breathing practices with extended retention, breath retention, not breathing, kumbhaka. It's an intense thing. And oh, it's a hard training. It's even more intense than when I remember, when I go to train, when I used to go to train, because lately I was not training, like in the gym, lifting weights and such. So the hardest day is actually the leg day. And I would push myself far. I would go to failure doing these squats and these deadlifts. It's intense, but I was always looking forward to it. But yeah, man, when you know you're gonna go do this, I don't know, whichever set of those difficult squats with that heavy poundage on, it's like your body, you know, it's not the same as doing some easy exercise. It's like your body knows that it's gonna be fucking hard, and your body doesn't want it. A part of you is like almost afraid. I don't want to even look at that heavy barbell. But you say, yeah, go, do it, squeeze it, additional rep and such. And the leg days are usually the most brutal for everyone who trains in weightlifting. And for me too. I remember when I would be going home, I would feel like I would know I had a very intense training session. And doing these pranayamas, which I'm doing, like I'm saying, with these breath retentions, is not easier than those leg squats or deadlifts or other things. Is actually more difficult. And I was doing it every day, 3 hours every day. I could talk a lot about this. It excites me a lot, but probably it doesn't excite you as much. So I'll just say that. it affects very much your nervous system. And I found that my nervous system, as I go and go and go every day, these 3 hours, I found that my nervous system actually needs rest. But I wouldn't let myself to rest because it's like, no, I, I have to do this. I have to do this. I also saw my like certain muscles get tired, especially like the abdominal muscles. I have some coffee. Coffee from this place. From here, from the jungle. Coffee grows here. I'm not a big coffee drinker, but sometimes I like to drink it. Good coffee. So yeah, so my abdominal muscles also got overtrained, chronically overtrained, and I knew I have to take some days off, but it's like, no, not today, not today, not today, and I would keep on pushing and pushing and pushing, even though I would see myself getting more and more into this kind of overtrain mode, you know. Until like 3 days ago, I just I got like, I don't know, some kind of inflammation of my lungs, or my maybe fascia of the lung, fascia of lungs, like the very bag, so to say, of lungs. My sternum started to feel like sternum, like here, started to feel, and like I cannot breathe in more fully, because if I breathe in fully, it hurts. It hurt my ribs as well, from here and from behind too, as if they were under inflammation. And it was obvious why. I was just pushing myself too strong and for quite too long. So I had to shift to only 1 hour of pranayama, not 3 hours. And yeah. And today I tried to do more. I did actually 2 hours already, just to see myself and to realize that, man, no, not yet. Like, my body definitely and my nervous system definitely still needs more rest, which made me feel a bit, I would say, sad, because I want to go as intensely as I can with my practices that I'm doing. I want to go as intensely as I possibly can. But yeah, you have to respect the limitations. And it's also I would like to say here at the same time, many people think that yogic practices are like these kind of easy practices, you know, that is like, oh, I will start walking a spiritual path and I will start working on myself when I will get old. I will turn into spirituality and I will start doing meditations and yogas when I get older. Yeah, it's like, yeah, certain many practices you can do when you get old, but many practices and many intense practices and effective practices, such as this one, my man, you won't be able to do when you are old, unless you have trained your entire life. It's like, that's why I also think that the best time to practice yoga, to get into this, is when you are young. You have more energy. Your body is stronger, more resistant. You can go more intensely. When you get older, uh, it's not as before, right? It's more difficult to practice, and to practice like these things that I'm talking to you about is like, good luck. You won't be able to. Well, maybe you will be able to, but very carefully and very not 3 hours of Kumbhaka pranayama. All right. So to practice yogic, difficult yogic techniques, the best time is when you are young. That's what I wanted to say. And yeah, I'm basically talking about whatever comes to my mind. I'll end this and continue in the next part. Okay, it's already 10 minutes.